Hey, also, I want to talk about momentum and drive and passion and why it's so important to know what we want. Okay, so in my life, for a long time, was very directionless and confused. And I had an idea of what I wanted, but it was kind of like way in the back of my body mind system somewhere. And I was kind of afraid to knock on the door and to expand it. And I focused on everything else. I took all these other pathways. I was like, well, maybe I'll just do this. I'll do this. Because I actually didn't feel confident enough at that point in my journey to be my true self and to take on my purpose. It just felt too big. I was scared. And that's totally fine and fair and common. And for those of you watching that are struggling with not knowing how to go forward, like, it's totally okay to be in that place. At the same point, it's like we have to laugh at ourselves a little bit. Like, it's like you can't get to where you want to go when you're kind of like, I don't know what to do, like. And on the flip side, if we've been through trauma and we feel victimized by our experiences and we've been hurt and we have pain, it's a real thing to be stuck in this place where we literally feel like we can't move forward because we don't know how. And we feel like the world is against us or the universe isn't working in our favor. And we spend our time focusing on obstacles and focusing on how they're in the way rather than directing our focus on what's working and what we want. And I don't just mean like preference want, like, oh, I want things to be easier. I want things to be, of course, we all want things to be easy. We all want things to be more peaceful or to make more sense and whatnot. But like clarity around our purpose, around who we are, why we're here on the planet, in this body, what do we want? What do we want to do? Who do we want to serve? Who do we want to help? What is our purpose in literally being a human in this lifetime? And having clarity around that. And it's not just going to be one thing, right? We don't just wear one hat. And I'm not talking just about the masks that we wear for other people. Like, oh, I'm a teacher, or I'm a this, or I'm a, like those are roles that we play. But I'm talking about like when you're really, really lit up and you feel momentum, you feel passion, you feel drive, you feel sure. Like, what do you feel really sure and confident about? Like when you know this is the thing I want to do. And some of us really know that, but we just don't know how to apply it to next steps. And so it's really important to have a plan. It's really important to have support. And you don't have to stick to the plan. I'm not talking about like having like perfectionist control plan where it's like everything has to do this and this, and that's kind of a different thing. But I'm talking about like having some structure so you know your timeline, your goals, like where do I want to get to and when. And so these things can set us up for success faster. And I really believe this, and I'm learning this myself on a much deeper level, that like when we really apply our energy towards a goal, like when we really in our like solar plexus, like we really get this momentum, we put our fear blinders on, we stop listening to the no's, we stop listening to everybody telling us what they think, other people's opinions just fall away. It's like suddenly we become in alignment with our truth, with our direction, with our mission. And the path between us and the thing that we want, the thing that we know we're here to do, gets shorter. Because we have energy and the momentum. Like if we're sitting here and we're kind of going with the universe, like the universe is reflective, right? This is how oracle cards work. This is how energy reading works. The universe is reflective. So if we're unsure, if we're doubtful, if we're scared, if we're, putting a toe in the water rather than jumping in, the universe is going to reflect that back to us. It's not I don't want to say it's that simple because I know there's more to it, and I'm not trying to like limit the fact that this is a complicated discussion and unique for each person. I do believe that. But when it comes down to like the laws of how things work, like when we know what we want, when we have momentum in our energy, we're going to get there. If we don't have that, it's going to take a lot longer because we're going to have to learn how to do that. And that's okay. That's okay to not quite know yet and to be on that path. And I've been there, and I get it. And it's a great place to be because it means you have opportunity. You have opportunity and you have time to learn and figure these things out and go for what you want. So go for what you want. Get really clear. Get that momentum going. Put your blinders on. Like when you have your purpose, it's on the horizon. It's like that's the time to just friggin' go for it. And you're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. Okay, signing off.